Welcome, everybody. My name is Ryan, and we are back with more Vintage Story. This is episode 24 of the Hardcore Permadeath run, and we're standing here amongst our bee scaps. That's right, starting to get the honey process going. And I discovered in the last episode that you can use the fruit press for honey, but apparently it needs to be like totally full, or at least more full than what I've done here, because when I try and squeeze this tiny little amount that I've got, it just doesn't work. But always learning something new here in the game of Vintage Story. Yeah, see, it just sits there idle. You can see that we need a bit more honey to fill it out, but interesting nonetheless. And we've been improving the place, trying to increase the amount of resources we've got, the tools that are at our disposal. So a lot has been going on. We've even discovered halite in previous episodes. It's out there. There's a mine shaft that goes below the river, down, and there's a huge salt dome down there. In fact, we might take a journey down there today and gather some up. I am still waiting on the flax that we've got over here, so let's check it out. There's our first breadfruit tree on the property, but the flax is, we've got a bunch of it ready to go. Look at that. So we've been really waiting for this so that we can get started on a windmill. With this quantity here, we could probably do something with some sails, but to be quite honest, now we might have to go back out and look for more resin. That was something we did in our previous episode, but then I realized thanks to the wild farming mod, we can actually score trees or cut them with our knife, and eventually they will start to produce resin on their own. So it's a very overpowered way of, collecting the resin, but it does take time. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and just replant all of this with more flax. So, yeah, in other words, windmills still might be a bit of a delay, but we'll just see. We'll see how things go once we take an assessment. I did build a fruit press, so that used up 2 of the resin we have. So I think I've got like 3 or 4 resins sitting around. But yeah, today maybe we'll go ahead and head to some of the Savannah areas that we don't often visit. Yeah, because there's got to be some resin around. So, like I said, we've got a bunch of stuff. Keeping track of the garden is going to be so key right now, though. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff that's just on the verge of being fully ready. Oh, look at all these sunflowers we've got. And yeah, in our last episode, too, we found some more breadfruit trees. So we should have a pretty good orchard. Hopefully they'll get established. Yeah, I think I've got 3 breadfruit cuttings and a few other random trees, but the place is coming together nicely. And let's check on our baby dragon too, or wyvern, if you want to be more proper about it. See her little wings sticking out there. Hello, Pancake. Welcome. Still waiting on her to fully grow. I think it's just a long process because I'm not able to feed her any kind of meat. I think if I was doing that, it might speed it up. Anybody who knows, confirm that down in the comments. But regardless, we're going to have to do something about her saddle once she is ready to be flown, because since we don't have leather yet, there's not much we can do. So let me know down in the comments. I might just end up popping into creative mode and just grabbing a saddle for her. Hey, look, we got an acacia tree. Yeah, let's go score it with our knife. I don't think, player-grown trees of pine or acacia variety will not produce resin, but we can still cut them thanks to the wild farming mod. There it is. Yeah, and we can do like the whole tree. So again, I think it becomes a little bit overpowered, if you do it like this, like I'm doing it, where you just score like entire part of the tree. But regardless, I think my next playthrough, I'm just not going to use the wild farming mod. Okay, it won't let me do this side, so that's interesting. Each block essentially can be scored. So, Yeah, from this one tree, we could eventually probably harvest like 8 or 9 different pieces of resin at a time. But regardless, we've still got to wait for it. So we'll still head out and do a bit of exploring in addition to some other fun stuff. So get ready, everybody, get comfortable, and let's get started. Well, my storage is still kind of disorganized, but I think I've found everything we have relating to the windmill production right here. Yes, we've got some of our fat. This is the plant-based fat. Really great mod recommended by a commenter when we started the series, so thank you for that. This does work, too, in all the recipes here. At least it shows for the non-modded ones. Hopefully it'll work for these, too. I don't know. Actually, it might not. These might not be cross-compatible with each other. That could be a problem, but we won't focus on that right now. I do have one single piece of regular fat, but it's not going to do us a lot of good. Either way, yes, okay. The vanilla stuff, definitely we can make plant-based, but we have the Millwright mod, which is a fantastic mod. If we go to, for instance, the vanilla rotor real quick, yeah, that leads to a couple of new recipes, the 4 and 8 sail rotor that's reinforced. We are eventually going to build this 8 sail one. Yeah, you can see here's the recipe. It requires a 4 sail though, so let's go back and look at that. Boom. So we're going to need an iron plate. No big deal. We've got iron. I just have to hammer it out. There's that fat though. Yeah. Initially, I just wanted to check on like roughly how much resin we were going to need, but I'm glad I looked because this is going to be an issue. So we'll need 1 plus... No, just the 1 for that. Well, we might be able to pull it off. Because like I said, I do have a single lump of regular fat. And obviously, when we get out there searching around for resin, I'll definitely keep my eyes open for carcasses. It's just, they're very, very rare. Let's close this up and look at the sails now, too. Boom. So there's a couple of fancy sails, the wide, the angled, centered. In fact, there's another add-on mod too for the Millwright, which adds even fancier sails, but I don't think I have that one installed currently. We're going to go with the regular sails though, and just use that big rotor. That's really where all our power is going to come from, is having like all these sails on one rotor. So yeah, we don't have to get into the fancy ones. We could, maybe we will for a secondary or something, or to upgrade if this one isn't powerful enough, but we'll start with this. So let's see what we're doing in terms of our flax here. Let's just go ahead and turn this all into the twine. Boom. Don't have much use for this stuff other than sails, and eventually we will probably make some armor out of it, but this is the priority for me. Okay, that won't work. So, I mean, 2, 4... That's a good amount of sails for sure. I don't think it's going to be enough. Is that 8? Let me grab the sticks here. My math is never very good, so it's better if I just lay everything out. Okay, there we go. So we'll just, boom, whip out. That's good enough for now. Let me see. That's my fire clay. Okay. I don't want to start building too much of this stuff. Yeah, we'll just start to put it all into this chest. I'll put some sticks in there too. Yeah, this will be our windmill chest, so we'll start to accumulate stuff. Let me grab that 1 piece of fat too. Where was that? We got lucky early on. Boom. I have come across a couple of carcasses, just none of them had leather or any kind of pelt. Bones and 1 or 2 pieces of fat has been it. But like I said, I will definitely keep my eyes open for it. Let's see, it's 11:22. Yeah, I think we can get out there. I'm going to bring the bed along with me. We've got a crock pot with 4 servings. Water's typically not a big issue. Okay, let's see what the day is like. Wow, it's not raining, but there is lightning over there. There's always lightning. Yeah, that reminds me, I need to turn these into probably some nails and strips, but then get some more copper and make a lightning rod. Because let me tell you what, It is crazy. Let's go check on our berries real quick. It's only been a couple of days in game since we last looked at them. What was that? Lag spike. But I'm curious now. Yeah, 2 days. Okay. The elevation change really helped these things, and it appears that they're going to bear fruit, which is very rare for the tropics. Having berries, that's going to be nice. And that'll probably be the first things we can put in our fruit press. I thought it was going to be the honey, but I failed miserably at that task. Either way, let's not focus on our failures. Let's get over here. Yeah, it looks like this whole island is basically a savanna, so yep. Let's do it. Okay, well, I swam across the little channel there and touched down at the southern end of the island. It's more of a jungle over here, but that's okay. Maybe we'll come across a breadfruit. I'm also thinking this stone over here looks pretty easy to take a sample. Yeah, let's check this out, get a long range. Come over here. Looks like we've got 3 different kinds of stone. Is that conglomerate on top of granite? It's hard to tell, but I'd really like to find some bauxite too, and limestone. But what is that? Yeah, we got granite and then conglomerate. Interesting. Yeah, neither of those is really helpful for steel production, but that's what we need the bauxite for. Without it, we're pretty much stalled out completely on steel. Won't be a way to make it, but who knows? Maybe we'll come across the bauxite eventually. Oh, spherolite, zinc. Yeah, that's actually could come in handy at some point. But, all right, we got a giant oak, maple, something up here. Let's keep this dirt in our hand. You never know. In fact, I'm a little bit nervous. Damn, that might be the biggest tree we've seen yet. Is that a walnut? I think we just found a giant walnut tree. I might be wrong. It is. I think these are all walnuts. Yeah, that's another one. This stuff's pretty nice, too. Wow, okay, this needs to be marked, actually. There we go, Walnut Grove on the map. I wonder, can we eat walnuts? Just the bark alone. I'm not going to spend too much time. Yeah, this is crazy. I don't think I've ever seen like multiple walnut trees like this in the same area. That's cool. It's literally, okay, that's an oak. Big old oak. Huh. Yeah, and we switch over to oaks and other stuff now. Wow. Okay. Got some flowers over here, and I think there's a fruit tree just on the other side of this hill. With our wild farming mod, again, flowers aren't the biggest priority, but I'll grab some. If we need to, I can always toss them out if my inventory gets too full, but yeah, we got something over here. Look at this. Just up the way from the beautiful walnuts, we got an acacia tree, so we'll go check that. Pomegranate market. Yeah, this is really what we're out here for, is the resins, so let's pay close attention to the acacia. Chickens. How close are we to home? Nah, we're on the other side of we're on a different island altogether, so I won't worry about wildlife. It's a little too steep to take a reading. And a couple of acacia. Actually, you know what? I need to refill. Still water. It's not the best, but it'll do us. So let me drop one of those. There we go. Any resin? I almost feel like every tree I come across, I should just start cutting it, but I'm not going to worry about that. Yeah, this is pretty much, we're just having some fun, looking for interesting stuff while we wait for our own acacia to grow. But we'll be in, well, like I've mentioned, we're going to be swimming in resin eventually, that's for sure. Oh yeah, several more trees for me to check in this area. And I like the landscape. Geography over here is pretty steep in some areas, but It's interesting too. All right, well, I'll continue on and I'll show you hopefully how much resin I end up with. Okay, so it turns out I think I misread the map. Yeah, I don't think this is Savannah. This is Savannah where we just checked. I found one resin, by the way. That's all, but I was just coming over here and I swear to God I heard a bear. I towered up immediately. And I haven't seen it, but I swear I heard it. Right there, I just heard it. I don't know. I'm scared to death now. Oh, a bear could be disastrous. If we just go boom. It's a sample. Dang it. Maybe actually going north is the best. If I go north, we can hop in the water. Maybe swim to this island. By that point, it would probably be ready for sleep. I can just toss the bed like on this little island here. Alright, let's make the run together because I'm nervous about this. Put some light in my hand. The bed on there. I still don't have any healing either. Really need to invest in making some, like bandages, or even getting into the alchemy would probably be smart. Kind of scared me. Alright, let's move. Alright, let's go. Yeah, I don't think we got chased or anything, so we'll be good. We'll be good, but I swear I heard a bear. Oh, and we were in that kind of a forest, like right on the edge of that maple forest area, so I haven't confirmed it, but I think bears and wolves could spawn in that area. I don't know. We'll have to, hopefully we'll never find out. I was going to say we'll have to wait and see, but no, hopefully we don't wait and see. All right. It's not 100% safe, but let's just go ahead and sleep and we'll see what awaits us in the morning. Well, it is morning and I made a journey north from where we slept right here up to here. I saw a few trees and they are acacia. I also noticed an elephant. He kind of came up on the horizon just as the sun was coming up. It was kind of scary seeing a big old shape like that out of the blue. Oh my God. There's one with his head in the tree there. He's close. Get away from me. I don't want to get charged by one of those. Yeah, they'll basically probably one-shot me. Maybe 2 shots, since I've got a pretty beefy health bar, but yeah, I don't want to test that theory. Nope. Alright, well, I think I can probably put that in the offhand. Take that out of my offhand, I should say. I wonder if he's glitched into that tree. No, he's free of it. Okay. Not to worry. Man, these acacia just don't produce a lot of resin. I've said it before, I feel like they don't have nearly as much chance as like a pine does, but I don't know if that's true. Maybe it's just because they kind of appear a little sparser than the pine trees. I don't know. Either way, I've got to watch my step. There are elephants everywhere. I guess it's not a bad thing. There's a small chance there could be an elephant carcass around here, right? That would be amazing, but so far no such luck. Alright, what do we got? That's not an acacia. Well, we're kind of headed back home. That's the redwood forest. Sun's coming up. I've still got a little bit of food. Let's just keep going. I mean, I can't really return right now with a single resin. That would defeat the whole purpose of the trip. Coming back basically empty-handed. Okay, bad news, everybody. Bad news. I had to pause it because I wasn't recording at the very moment, but there is a big cat right there. He just hit me. I was towering up, but he got to me so quick that I couldn't tower because he was like in the block's way. Oh my God. So we've got to unpause it and try and tower up some more. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do here. He's right there. He's not aggroed on me anymore. Oh my god. That was almost it. Whew. They do resemble hyenas so much. Oh, of course, we're not actually in a savannah, so that makes sense. My first assault by a cat. All right, there he goes. Yeah, that's... Oh, there he is, there he is. I think now's our time. This was the direction I was headed. It's interesting, I think, yeah, we're right by the bees. We've seen this cat before. You know, where'd it go? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to leave this tower here, this monstrosity of a dirt tower. It'll kind of be like a little signpost. All right, let's go. See if we can get away from that area. I've searched these trees before, I think, but I just wanted to give them, you know, a second look. But man, oh man, we almost just lost the playthrough right there. Those cats, they're super fast, and he took a good chunk of my life with one hit for sure. But ooh, that's the biggest scare we've had so far since I uninstalled the dinosaur mods for sure. Okay, I found another piece of resin, but more importantly, I think I've got some chickens. Ooh, come on, male and female, male and female. Oh, damn it. All right, I got a male. But there's a bunch more females around here. So yeah, we're going to finally get a pair. I've already captured a couple of one rooster and one hen, but not together. So, you know, the good thing too is like these hens, they will naturally want to come back to the rooster and kind of hang around him. Yeah, see, they're coming right back to him. So I just need to take advantage of that. Yeah, they're a little bit nervous, scared of me, obviously. Let me dig this out a little bit. Make things a little easier. But yeah, we're not that far from home. The only problem I see it now is that big cat could present a challenge to us. All right, let's try and get around them. There's like 3 of them. Come on, little chickens. I'd love to start getting some eggs going. Where are you at, little? No. Didn't see it. Oh, shoot. Maybe I can get around it. Ooh. Thought I saw high fertility soil. Alright, let's see here. Where are they at? That one's right on the wrong side. Oh, there's one in there. There's one in there. Yes. Alright, we've got, let's confirm it, hen and big boy rooster. Let's go. All right, I'm going to tower up real quick because I'm nervous about that big cat. I did mark it on the map. Right there is where we saw the cat. So, I mean, we're not super close, but who knows? There could be other ones, right? Got to be careful. So anyway, what I was going to do is mark the coop. Say chicks. And now I do actually have the trough with me too. Let's do this all up here in the safety of our little tower. Take that off. Boom. So grab this, put it back. What we want to do now is actually get these to breed. So I want to remove the fence in the middle. That, and dig this back here too a little bit because we don't want any predators like jumping into the fence. I will also raise it up. Shoot, I'll probably need to get some more fencing from home too, but another thing I'm going to need to come back with are some nest boxes. So the trough is great. I brought it to basically lure goats, but we'll leave it here. Although there's no point in filling it up with grain at the moment. That's good. Now let's see, where's home? Is in this direction. So I'll do just like a little airlock here. And I'll have gates in this location so we can get in and out. Alright, very good, yeah. Also have a gate here too, so we'll have to come back like I say. I'll just leave this here for now. Beautiful. Yeah, because without nest boxes, they won't breed up babies. Okay, that's a gazelle. Yeah, they won't have the eggs. They won't lay the eggs. Or they might, but I don't think they'll hatch properly. I think they will just lay them on the grass, but either way, we need nest boxes and probably more grain too. I don't want to feed them rice. I'll come back with some flax, nest box, and that's awesome. It's a bit of a journey, but once we get a couple generations of chickens, we'll be able to easily move them in baskets. It's just, you can't do it when the chickens are super wild like that. All right, well, there's more trees over here. Okay, I can't be looking at my map like that. I'm just traveling. I got to be so careful. In other words, I'm still going to keep looking, yeah, for some more resin. Another thing, I've been doing all these trees, each like grove of acacia I come to, I score a few. You know, I've been cutting them with my knife, so if we get real desperate, we could just return in a week or however long it takes for that resin to leak. I feel like it shouldn't be a very long time, but alright, here I am trying to eat while walking, also staying alert for any big cats. My health hasn't fully recovered, so alright, well that's the last of our food, so let's see, where are we? Yeah, I'm gonna hop the river, check out these trees, and then we'll head back home, no matter how much resin I've got. Another river journey comes to an end here at our little pier. I guess I don't really need to have this whole thing fenced off, do I? Can't get in there. But nonetheless, I only found 2 pieces of resin on that whole journey. But I did score a lot of trees. In fact, my knife broke, so I'm going to have to repair that. But not a big deal, not a big deal. We're in the Iron Age, so repairs are pretty few and far between, which is what I like. But I'm still really looking forward to getting some health hammers going. Let's check on our bees real quick. Still have not spread. Interesting. Curious why. Maybe just not enough time. Definitely a large population. Well, I'll keep at it. No stopping. And I'm also curious about those berry bushes, but I don't think we've given them enough time. Oh man, now it just comes down to the waiting game. Actually, I've got flowers on me. Yeah, let's go place those. Yeah, because as soon as we get some resin... Let's see, that's the one I recently scored. I don't see any resin coming out of it yet. Like I said, I've just got to find stuff to do around here, improve the place. I can always add, like more detailing and stuff to the house, which is probably what I should be doing. Planning out a kitchen too. Whoops, I just pulled that skep off there. Let's actually move this skep to this one. It's a little bit better there. Yeah, alright. But this whole area is eventually going to need to be flowers. Okay, good. See, we've got them growing. It's interesting. Just a couple degrees difference, because they wouldn't grow down there, but up here, a couple of blocks elevation, they were able to grow. But there we go. And I should probably cultivate like half of these with... Oh, I don't have my knife. Alright, I'll just plant a few more. And like I said, I really do need to repair the knife. That's going to be our priority. But I think at the same time, I've got a few of the copper ingots. I'm going to go ahead and make that lightning rod, and we'll place that together. But yeah, it's making me nervous, because our house is mostly wood, so I do not want to see this thing burn. But alright, either way, we did end up with some windmill stuff, so we'll put that away, set our bed down. I'll empty out my inventory, and like I said, we'll do a bit of blacksmithing. Let's check XSkills. We haven't looked at that in a while. Metalsmithing. We might hit it. Yeah, we're very close. We've got a survival point too, so let's place that. Let's see. I have maxed out my nudist. We said we might go with scout to increase our speed. I mean, we've seen how fast those cats are, so yeah, it might be a good idea. So, okay, either way, like I said, we've got our evening planned out. I'm going to get to work, and when I see you guys, hopefully we'll be able to lay down a nice lightning rod, keep this place safe from the god Zeus. Okay, another fun evening of blacksmithing comes to a close. Boom, there we go. Lightning rod made out of 3 copper rods. Fairly easy, just 1 ingot each. And I had four ingots, so I just made 4 nails and strips there at the end. Let's cool those down. Probably gonna use those for more storage, but then again, I don't know. I've been thinking about some proper doors. For here, 3 high. I think it would look nicer than the little gate. Plus, as I've mentioned before, I don't like fence gates, although the bamboo is not bad. It's pretty easier to open, I think. Either way, let's not focus on that. That's pointless stuff. So we are going to place this in the morning, and it's a bit dangerous because, you know, the higher the better, essentially, with the lightning rod. Like, the higher you get, the more it will... Does it say that? Place up to 40 blocks above ground. So, I mean, obviously, if we went all the way up to 40 and I fell, yeah, you see what I mean? That could be a serious problem. But there's ways to avoid that. Yeah, so we'll use this stack of dirt. I wish I had a glass block. Wait, I might have a clear glass block. What do we got here? Quartz? I don't have any quartz. I think I do. Okay, can we can make a glass block. Wait, I thought I could. Oh, quartz glass. That's what I'm looking for. Perfect. So, yeah, we want a single glass block. And like I said, in the morning, I'll show you why. It's morning, overcast, but... Oh, no, it is raining. Okay, I was going to say, I've already heard some sort of thunder. Let's see, I don't have any ladders. I think they're all in my backpack. Can I put that there? There we go. All right, yeah, let's grab these. I'm going to get on the roof, and I'd like easy access to the roof somewhere. Maybe over here. I think we can get up. This will be good. This will be fine. Boom. Right there. Perfect. Okay. So, what we want to do... We're up a couple of blocks already, but I'm just going to use this stack of 40 here to go straight up over the house, basically. This is the easy part. Because it's not that hard. It's just, you know, nerve-wracking being up this high and knowing that everything could come to an end with one wrong misclick. But, alright, so enough chatter. I'm crouching. I'm going to move a little bit. Alright, now I'll place this, and let's place that on top. Very good. Then, of course, taking our shovel... Still holding control. We just want to get rid of the dirt. There we go. All right. And now we just, dig our way down. Safe and sound. No problem. Let's get there together. Holding hands the whole way. No, not holding hands. But, so obviously the glass makes it less visible up there, and even if you want to go a step further, I should have brought a chisel and a hammer with me, because if you chisel a glass block, it will actually remove the black borders of it. I know it does it with regular. I think it'll do it with quartz glass too, but either way, it's not a huge deal. But that's just one little tip to make your lightning rod a little bit less visible. So there we go, and it should be super effective up there, keeping our place nice and safe. Still no resin, but it's It's a good sign that our trees are popping up. Let's go check on the berries and see if we've got any fruit. I also need to double check the honey now today. Let's see, here we go, here we go. Oh, less than a day. Yep, we're going to have some berries for sure. Some white currants. And it's not much, but, you know, I'm excited about it. We get to actually have a little bit of fruit wine. Should I go ahead and score these? Yeah, might as well. One of these days, I'm going to have more resin than I'll ever need. Okay, our second harvest of flax is complete. Yep, that's all the mature stuff for now. Rice is almost ready too. Once that's good, yeah, I'm going to have to, oh, look at the pineapple. I'm going to have to get some vegetables. So I don't think I have any veggies planted. I know we have some seeds for them. But yeah, we'll probably want veggies for the sushi. We're going to make some vegetarian stuff. But either way, that's not what we're going to do right now. I'm going to plant these, go home and drop off the twine. But, boom, there we go. Now we're going to take some grain, and I've also got some more fencing, some gates, and a nest box, a hen box. You know where we're headed next. Over to the birds. I definitely want to get that going. You know, essentially, next step would be to build a little hen coop over here, too. Because I'm not going to be able to transport them immediately. We'll have to wait for the chicks to hatch and then for them to grow to full size before we can transport. But so in other words, we've got some time, but I do want to make sure and have some sort of coop or corral ready for them, because once you put domesticated hens or tamed hens in a basket, they only will survive for 24 hours. So it's important that when we're ready to move them, we have everything prepared. But like I said, no, wrong chest. One of these days, I'm actually label these chests using the signs that I've already put on them. But for now, we're good to go. All right, yeah. Let's head out. We got to be very careful, though, because don't forget, this is in proximity to where we saw that big cat. So I'm going to be extra careful on this trip, keeping the Tower of Dirt ready at any moment. Okay, brief change of plans. Just ignore the hyena. I've got 2 goats in my sights. Okay, there's one. There's the other one right there. They're not in great position. My fence is over there. I don't have the trough with me. On the way to the chickens, I of course got distracted. I think I can manage it. There's hyenas behind me, so that's not great, but if I bring this out a little bit. Hyena's on me. He's on me. Alright, I didn't get much of an opening there for the fence. There we go, that's probably better. Alright, we're gonna swing around here. Out of the way, hyena, don't you scare my goats. Don't you do it. I don't know if this is male, female, but oh, there's one below too. But we're just gonna go for him. 2 at once. Let's do it. Oof, we got one. No! Are you kidding me? Oh! Oh. Almost saved the goat. I saved the goat. Don't you dare attack that goat. Where'd he go? Where's the other one? Alright, well, we got one. What is it? It's a male. Alright. It was almost a disaster, but there we go. Where'd the other one go? I bet you I can still get it in here. If I can spot it. Oh, I saw you there, hyena. Let's see. I hear it. Where is it? There he is. She, hopefully it's a she. Can I get around? Where'd you go? There she is. No. Yeah, okay. I bet you that is a female because she's trying to come over. Oh, She was trying to come over here by this one. Oh no, now she's being chased by hyenas. Crap-a-doo. Well, okay. We'll just mark it here. There we go. Alright, save the male goats. I'm just going to leave the fences too, because we can always make more, and I might, on the way back, I might try a bit harder. This over here, I've got a rooster. I might just go reclaim those fences and release that rooster. Yeah, that's not the one we were headed towards. Oh, there's the goat. I wonder if I could chase her all the way back. But I don't think the fence is really positioned well, so let's just proceed with our plan. Let's see. Yeah, it's already 2:30. All I need to do is just get to the other birds and lay down the nest box, and we're good to go. Oh my god. Really? Why are these guys so aggressive? Alright, forget about that hen. I'm headed to the other one. Where is it? It's this one. Oh, he's on me. Alright, I can outrun him, but just got to stop looking at the map. Oh my god, there's resin. I need it. Alright, I'm assuming he's no longer on me. Alright, let's flash forward to the actual chicken coop. Alright, here we are. Yep, gotta make sure we're safe and sound in here. So let's come in, place that. Beautiful. So we should be relatively safe if a cat comes over here. Come inside. Boom. Boom. Beautiful. Alright, so let's lay the trough, like right there. And nest box in the corner. That's good enough. And we'll just fill it up. There we go. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. Oh, I screwed up. We need the small one for this. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Well, you know what I might do? Here's what we'll do. I will definitely come back with the small trough. I just forgot. It's the rabbits that use the large trough and everything else. I think chickens are the only animal that uses the small, but either way, I don't have boards, but I think if I just leave like that, I know that works for feeding pigs. And like, for instance, my dragon, that's, if I had meat too, that's how I would feed it. So we might actually get lucky, come back and see some baby chicks running around in there. But like I say, we'll make it a mission to return with the proper trough. Oh, that was just a little mistake, but let's head back to the house. Oh, I picked up a piece of resin on the way too. And yeah, that's going to be helpful, but we've got one last thing to do today. Like I said, we're going to go below and dig up a little bit of salt, so let's hit it. On the way home, I did check the male goat to see if the female was nearby, but she wasn't, so we're going to have to return, maybe go for a new set of goats. I don't know. I will make goats the priority. As we go back and forth to inspect our chickens, we'll definitely get a couple of goats too. But like I said, let's get some salt. Because once we do get some veggies, I'm going to want to pickle them. And salt is just so handy for a lot of different recipes. As we're going below, I'll need a light. But this is a good chore to end things today. There's one layer. Okay, yeah, I thought maybe there was 2 layers of that coal, but there's just the one. But there is a lot of halite here. Oh, yeah. And no need to use the splitter plugs for this, because we want to grind this stuff up too. So we want it in these smaller stone form. But either way, I'm just going to get a stack or 2 of this stuff, because currently I have to manually grind it with the cairn. So it's a bit tedious, and once we get the windmill set up though, this is going to go by in a flash, so it will be good to have a little stockpile of it on hand. Either way, guys, oh man, it feels good to dig into some salt once again. This stuff is rare, and I know several people have commented telling me that they struggle finding it in their own world, but don't give up, because the amount of stuff you can make with it really does make up for just how difficult it is to find. find. But good luck to everybody out there who's looking for whatever they're looking for. Thank you all for joining me today for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If so, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.